it looks really difficult for Alexander Isak to leave Newcastle. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today guys, we touch on many things happening, especially in England, with the financial fair play deadline is at the end of the day on Sunday. So tomorrow, so busy weekend for many clubs, many things happening, but also what's going on for Chelsea, one more signing, Matthijs de Ligt. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, let's start with Chelsea because they are always busy on the transfer market, keep discussing for Desbury Hall with Leicester City. They have the green light from the player working on a deal with Leicester City. Let's see what happens there. While I'm recording, the two clubs are still talking. And then important also to update on other situations, including one more signing, because Marc Guiu is a done deal from Barcelona. Aaron Anselmino will be a new Chelsea player in the next days, but overnight Chelsea had a new direct contact with Boca Juniors, and the agreement between the two clubs for the centre-back born in 2005 is imminent. The agreement on the money is done. It's going to be less than the $25 million that is close. Chelsea will pay around $18-19 million with better payment terms compared to Trigger and Release Clause in one solution. But the final detail to clarify is Anselmino staying at Boca Juniors on loan. Boca Juniors are asking for him to stay one more season. Chelsea could concede 6 months, so they are negotiating about that, but it's just about the length of the loan for Aaron Anselmino to stay at Boca Juniors, and then Anselmino will travel to England, let's see if next week or the following one, for medical test, contract signing until 2030. Man United were never pushing in the conversations because Anselmino was focused on a move to Chelsea, and so now we can say that the here we go is coming for Aaron Anselmino as a next signing for Chelsea. And Chelsea are one of many clubs involved in all these discussions for financial fair play chaos in England, but especially the situation of Newcastle. Newcastle are looking for solutions. Let me tell you that next week we will explain what really happened, but Newcastle really had many conversations with many clubs about many players. So let's see the final solution. But Newcastle are talking to Nottingham Forest with the possibility to sign Elanga and send Anderson or Minte. Both players have been discussed with Nottingham Forest. Minte has been discussed with Olympique Lyon. Lyon made the best proposal for Minte. They were prepared to pay over 30 million euros for him, but Minte doesn't want to go there. He wants to stay in Premier League. And so also Everton and Brighton showing genuine interest in Minte, but still not paying what Newcastle want. So Minte for sure will be one to watch. Meanwhile, many rumors, guys, on other players too. Let me tell you that the interest of Liverpool in Anthony Gordon is absolutely genuine. We had rumors on several clubs for Anthony Gordon. I'm told that Paris Saint-Germain were offered the possibility to go for Anthony Gordon, but at the moment PSG have different targets in that position, different priorities. He's a player they know obviously so well, but at the moment they have different priorities. Liverpool really considered that possibility. They had the discussion with Newcastle about Anthony Gordon. At the moment there is still no agreement on the value of the player, on how much Newcastle would require to sell the player, but for sure the interest is genuine. And what I'm hearing is that the player would be open to a move to Liverpool, so it really depends on the clubs. And then we also had many stories on Alexander Isak again, but as always mentioned, for Newcastle, the only way to make it happen is with a world record fee. And at the moment, Chelsea are not paying that money. The only way for Chelsea to reactivate an option was to include one or two important players in the deal, but at the moment it looks very complicated. And also I'm told that Eddie Howe is absolutely pushing to keep Isak at the club. He's not intention to give the green light to his exit, so it looks really difficult for Alexander Isak to leave Newcastle in the final hours of this financial fair play deadline. Let's see what happens there, but for Isak again it's complicated. World record fee is needed, and for Chelsea the only way was to include players, so at the moment looks difficult. For Liverpool and Gordon, genuine interest. They had discussions. Let's see if they will reactivate this option or not. Newcastle are trying to sell other players before Gordon if they can find a solution. Also, over the weekend, they tried to approach, over the week, they tried to approach Milan. It was around Monday, Tuesday, in a meeting between Newcastle and Milan. They tried to discuss several options. Newcastle like Malik Thiaw, so the idea was to buy Thiaw from Milan in July or August, and now maybe to include another player in a separate deal to Milan to help with financial fair play. They tried to discuss also about Kieran Trippier, but there is no agreement, and so with Milan it looks really complicated to make something happen. So let's see what happens, but for sure Newcastle are the club to watch in the next hours and days for the financial fair play situation, especially the situation of Minte. Newcastle really hope to find a solution as soon as possible. Manchester United keep working on the centre-back. We know that White remains absolutely in the list, but at the moment Everton insists on 65-70 million pounds. Too expensive. Man United will still go for White, but for different value, not for that money. So it really depends on Everton. The player is keen on the move. And on Matthijs de Ligt, we had many rumors from Germany in the recent weeks. What we can say is that Manchester United in the last hours also reached out to the camp of Matthijs de Ligt. So Manchester United started contacts for the Matthijs de Ligt deal. At the moment, still no bid, still no direct negotiation with Bayern. Probably after the Euros, this could become something really concrete between clubs if Manchester United want. But Man United took the information from player side that he could be open to a move to Manchester United even without Champions League football. So De Ligt is a possibility. For Manchester United is a name they are discussing internally. They made contact also on player side. Now it really depends on what happens with the clubs, on how much Bayern is asking. Man United don't expect Bayern to ask similar fee to White and Everton, for example. They think it could come absolutely cheap in terms of value because Bayern already signed Ito for that position. They are advancing to sign Jonathan Tah, and so De Ligt could be on his way out of Bayern, and the player is open to a move to Man United. So direct contact on player side, not yet on club side, but for sure we have to keep Matthijs de Ligt as one of the options for Manchester United after they tried to bring in Jean-Claire Todibo. Then UEFA blocked that deal. Todibo was in really advanced talks to join Manchester United from Nice, with the player super keen. Then Manchester United started considering also other options. White is still there. Joro is a dream target for Liverpool, PSG and Man United, but at the moment all these clubs know that Real Madrid remain the absolute favourites for Lenny Joro, and so Matthijs de Ligt could be an opportunity because he's a player who the manager knows very well, because obviously Erik ten Hag was with him at Ajax, and also important to say that Bayern could be open to the exit of Matthijs de Ligt this summer. So they made contact on player side, and now we have to see what's gonna happen in terms of potential negotiations, what Manchester United will decide internally. Man United also made contact in the recent days with PSG for Ugarte, so they still have to send proper bids for Ugarte, for Zirkzee, for De Ligt. At the moment it's all about interest, internal conversation and conversations with the agents of the players. Let's see if Man United decide to activate these options or to go for other players. For example, for White, they already bid, but the bid was rejected. So let's follow the situation, but for sure an interesting one, because Man United start moving also on player side to understand what's next on the market. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Anselmino to Chelsea. I want your opinion on Chelsea still moving a lot on the transfer market, and then Newcastle, financial fair play, Isak, Gordon, and the situation of Matthijs de Ligt, who is the best centre-back possible for Man United. I want your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao!